What's going on, everybody? Steve Gorniak here. Just finished our trading day. I'm finally back in my car. I'm about to head home, see my beautiful family. But overall, a great day. We are green again, plus 477. Brings us to $1,200 on the week, which is phenomenal and awesome. I could have done some things better. I made a couple mistakes, but overall, when you're green, and I'm green on a Friday and I'm running away. I hope these videos have been helping you guys. These last three I've made, I've been really trying to dive into charts and explain my thought process on why I'm doing the things I'm doing. Doesn't mean everything I'm doing is 100% correct, so do your research and, explore. And, knowledge is everything. Try to soak up as much as you can. And I'm trying to do as much as I can for free. For those of you that have no idea what the charts do, how they read, how to read charts. I'm trying to do this for you all, so you guys can get some education and get at least a very basic understanding of this stuff before you dive in with your own real money. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm gonna kick off this recap. Take care, guys. Trade safe. See you guys next week. All right, guys, so I want to dive right into the spreadsheet. Two trades today, guys. Two, Euro USD, we went long, meaning we bought it. USD JPY, I was able to sell it, meaning we were projecting that it was going to go down. I was utilizing some market correlations with this one as far as my analysis, knowing that Euro USD bottomed and it looked like it was going to pump, was a good sign that USD JPY should come down. Now, it doesn't always work like that, but if you go through chart history and look at the charts, see for yourself, see if I'm right. So what I did was Euro USD we bought at 64, and I sold half at 87, and then I sold the rest at 89.75. It just started stumbling a little bit, and I just didn't really care about the extra $11 profit per contract on two contracts. That's $22. I'd rather pocket that and then less risk, right? So, and then USD JPY, guys, we were able to sell. I got 10 contracts at $55, and then I sold half at $25, so $30 per contract on half. I held the remaining of my contracts down to 15. So on 5 contracts, I was able to get $40 per contract. And the 5, I was able to get $30 per contract. So overall, $477 on the day. So I want to bring you guys into the charts, and I want to explain to you why I did what I did. So I already talked about the market correlation, but I want to dive into the position. And as you can see, I was in here, and look where it's gone so far, right? And this is why you take profit, because my strike was right here. And look, all that profit I could have captured if I didn't take profit. I could have just easily gave it back. So that's why it's imperative to set work orders. I shoot for $15 to $20 on my first partial, right? Meaning I'm going to strike hard at, like I said, I'm risking $500. So if I'm getting a $50 to $55 fill, I'm able to get 10, 11 contracts, right? And then when I get my move, I'm taking profit as the move is happening, all right? Like I was taking profit into this as we drop below. Right? I was taking profit, and then all out pretty much at the lows at $15. Now, if I didn't do that, again, it would have reversed. But let's check out why I did what I did on USD JPY. Then we'll cover Euro USD, and I'll make this as fast as possible. So I was watching, we faded this 0.5, bounced, right? As we came in on the 15-minute chart, we started making lower highs up in this area. I was alerted through this level, and that's when I really started focusing on it. And as you can see on a smaller time frame, I'll make it bigger. You see how we just busted through this, and it just kept going. So my play was, all right, I want to see if we pump back from up here. I want to see if we rally. So I was watching and watching, and we started rallying up into here, and we started fading again, right? So once we started doing that, I started really watching this, and I'm like, all right, this is a fake out. It's a fake out, right? And all through in here, all right, let's see what we do, right? So started here, you know, really diving in. I watched this pull back here and bottom here. So I started looking at strikes. I'm like, okay, 109.64 is where I think this is going to come back to, right? So we went up again, kind of up in here. I'm like, all right, this has a chance. If we can break this support level here that we created on this last push and pullback, created that support level, I thought to myself, if we can break through that, why are we not going to retest the lows, right? So as we pulled back, we created this base. I was like, all right, I'm going to watch heavily. We ended up creating the base and pumping, right? This wick here, I was like, all right, this wick is lower than over here. I'm like, all right, so let's see how this plays. We ended up dumping right after this failure. We based out here. So now, once I saw this move here, it started getting really juicy because we rallied and then created this failure there, which was lower here. So I'm like, all right. So now we're making lower highs. Now, this is a 1 minute chart. You guys saw, I'm just doing this so you guys can see it a little clearer. I actually traded my entry off of the 5 minute, but this will give you a clear cut. So as we came back in, all right, so as we came back off of this, created this resistance here, I started like, okay, now if we can break through this low, right? And when I entered, I was looking here. See, we broke support, right? We came back, resistance, came back, broke this low. And now my eyes lit up. I'm like, all right. So I took a stab at it. As this candle closed, I was like, all right, if we get a order, or if this comes below this low of this candle, I'm just going to market order in. And I picked a strike. So as you can see, we're up at 652 up in this area when I was entering. I was like, all right, I'm going to pick the next lowest strike. Because my thought was, if I can get a dump, I'm just going to take quick profit and just like trade it like a scalp, right? So I entered as we broke the low. I market ordered in. Immediately I was in profit. And I was just sitting there. I didn't take any profit. I was just watching it. I'm like, all right, I really want to maximize this as much as I can. So I didn't take any profit into this. I watched, and again, we started creating lower highs under resistance. So this support line, the white line, was support. It's now turning resistance. Resistance, right? We pull back, create, we bust through, but it fails. Resistance, right? So previous support is now resistance. So now I'm really confident in this trade. I like it. So I sit there and I be patient. Well, when I'm doing this, I close my Nadex down, right? Because I'm trading the chart. You can't focus on your P&L. Don't focus on that stuff. Focus on the chart, right? Because if you start doing that, you see your P&L, if you overextended yourself as far as risk, you may be down and you're going to be panicking. You might exit. Now you just took the loss. But if you just let the trade work its way out, you could be profitable. All right, so this happened. I held. We started coming in. I was still holding. All right, I didn't do anything because I knew at this point I already had this planned. Once I saw this, I'm like, all right, where's my exit strategy? So my exit was up at this 109.66 level, and the reason I did that is because, again, this turned into resistance right here. So my thought process was, okay, so if we blow through here, we're gonna pull back. If this bases, this has potential to run. So that was my exit. If we got above 109.66 and we pull back, create base, I'm out, right? But that never happened. So I had my take profit order set, and as you can see, this thing just kept dropping, and we were able to capitalize on it. I think I took all my profit. And that's another thing too. Map out your chart. Know where to exit. Know where you should be taking profit. So for me, I looked left. The last time this came into this area, we created support. We had a huge rally. So I knew I need to take profit into this because of the potential of a bounce, right? So as this came in, I took profit. We ended up getting all the way down here, but look what happened now. Now it's bouncing. I was smart for that, right? So on Euro USD, all right, so on Euro USD, the same type of play, so I'm not going to go over that, all over that, but as you can see, guys, I started looking at strikes. And the main reason for the strike I chose is, you know, when I first got alerted, it was on this big dump here, and I wish I caught this, but we broke through my plus 2.5, so I started watching it. As you can see, every time it dropped to this area, it failed and bounced up. Dropped back, failed and bounced up. Dropped back, it did break it, but then we rallied off of it. So for me, I was looking at strikes around this key area of support. And the strike I found was 1.1878. Now, I did enter this one on a smaller time frame. I entered this one on a 1 minute, but you could see it perfectly here on a 5 minute. So I took an inside bar, meaning I took one bar that looked like this, and then another bar inside here. On the 1 minute, I took the high. Once we broke, so on the third candle, here I'll make it a little easier. Here's an inside bar. When this third candle formed and we broke that middle one, that's when I took it long. That's when I market ordered in. You can see it pretty perfectly on this chart is right here. That was my entry. And if we look at it, the high of that was 1.1879. Now, I took the strike below. I went to 1.1878. Now, my stop was below this area here at support. You know, so again, my thought process is if I'm wrong, we break through, I get stopped out. But if I don't stop out, this could potentially pull through, pull back, create a resistance here, and continue to run down. So that was my exit strategy. So I was willing to risk this little bit of area to be right, and I could stop out right here. And that's exactly how I played it. So I entered, once we got above this high, I took long, and I took profit along the way. So hopefully you guys, hopefully this helps you guys. If not, I'm sorry. If it does, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if this does help. And of course, like, subscribe, and share. It really does help, guys. More people can be able to see this, and this is all free for you guys. Now, I'm not saying what I do is 100% accurate. I'm sure there's others that will say, hey, you should be on this time frame, you know, but you know, I'm doing what I'm doing, and it's working for me, and it's working for others. So thank you guys for stopping by. I hope nothing but the best. I'll see you guys next week. Take care and trade safe.